currently in the news, there's a lot of discussion, this news item about the tax authorities and the government going back on their word on the SVDP. The previous government during the Lim Guan Eng, actually our former finance minister, promised that when you went in with the self-voluntary declaration under that scheme and you volunteered to pay the taxes that you believe that you may not have paid in the past, the authorities will take it in good faith and not come back to you on that matter at all. And all the years are closed up to 2017. But now we hear that the tax authorities, from what lately in the newspapers, that the tax authorities are actually looking at some of the SVDP cases that have been filed previously. Why are they looking at it? Because many of the SVDPs were done on the basis that they gave a sum of money to the tax authorities and said, I pay you 100,000, I pay you 10,000, I pay you 300,000, and said that maybe I may not have, they're not even sure, but they said maybe I didn't declare that it's the right amount. So there was no basis for it, and that's a problem, And what the authorities now, I think, are doing is they're saying, look, I have the right to at least examine the SVDP and see whether there is some accuracy, whether there is an authenticity. What's the basis of that? I know my feeling, my reading of the situation, which I never got involved, my SVDPs were done with a basis. We had a basis, we knew why we were doing it, and we had all the numbers behind it, and we had substance. The problem that people are going to have is those who went and handed over a sum of money to the tax authorities and said, that's for my past taxes. That to me is perhaps a mistake the authorities or the government, the past government, the previous government actually made. Is they should, in my opinion, not accepted that kind of SVDPs. They should have said, what is the basis for you to give me a sum of money? It's like, so my feeling is monies that have been given that way, there's a real danger that you have actually thrown salt into sea. And now the tax authorities, may have the right to re-examine it. So it's a question that's going to be decided, I think, ultimately in the courts, whether because the authorities have said that they will not go back on their word, and now they're examining it, if they are examining it, whether the courts will say that the tax authorities are not correct in doing it, or the tax authorities have the right to do it. So that's a debatable issue. Unfortunately, those who did it without a basis, I'm afraid there is trouble ahead of you, Thank you.